Yes.
And then the Bucks made a very misleading, delusional run in the fourth quarter that got it all the way down to 7. But if they're going to hang their hat on that, if they're going to try to play small with Giannis at the 5, they are going to get beaten worse than they did last night.
Yeah.
Okay? So here's my point. Big picture, I first guessed this. With Giannis, I gave them a chance. Without Giannis, I gave them a chance to steal game 1 and at least make it a competitive series. With Giannis at 85% last night and still creeping up toward 100% in the next 4 games, I believe that the Suns are going to sweep. And the point is that should Milwaukee win one of those 2 games at Milwaukee, which they've been doing fairly consistently through these playoffs, yes, they should. But I believe that if you look at what really happened last night, Devin Booker shot 1 of 8 from 3. Jay Crowder shot 0 of 5 from 3.
Right.
The Phoenix Suns got outshot from 3. The Phoenix Suns got out-rebounded last night by the visiting team. And despite all that, they won by 13 points, and it was never really close. So what does that tell you that will happen in game 2 and then game 3 and then game 4? Phoenix is just better than them, and I don't like the body language and the chemistry and the unity and the eye test of the Bucks with Giannis in there. And again, he's flamed out again and again and again in big playoff series. They've had 3 and 4 games where they've just blown all apart because they get too Giannis dependent. Do you remember what happened in the bubble last year? Do you remember what happened in the first 3 games against Miami? He went missing because his shooting from the field fails. He shoots more and more shots, and his percentage, he'll make 60% during the regular season, and then it falls to 40%. And then his free throws, sometimes he'll make 70% during the regular season, then you get in the post, and his free throws will fall to 40%. Well, you can't win that way when he's taking more and more shots because the onus is on him as the 2-time MVP to take you home, to save the day. So he will take more and more shots. And he'll miss more and more shots, and he'll get to the free throw line more and more, and he'll shoot 45%.
But, Skip, even if he takes more and more shots, Giannis is going to she's going to shoot 50% because the majority of his shots are going to be layups or dunks. So he's going to be in the high percentile. But what you cannot have happen, the Bucks' big 3 cannot get outscored by 22. That cannot happen. Holiday. Now, Middleton caught fire in the second half. He got off to a sluggish start. Now, Skip, remember the first game against Atlanta, he had 15 points. Last night, he had 29. So that's encouraging. But Holiday, his field goal percentage has been terrible for the most part throughout these playoffs. He needs to play better. And Skip, we gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like, he's guarding Kyrie, so that's a tall task. Or he's trying to guard Trae Young. That's a tall task. Bruh, okay, if you're going to guard these guys, you can't let Chris Paul get 32, or you can't let Booker get 27, and you can't let Trae Young get 48. You got to do something, or you got to offset that by scoring yourself.
So I'm just going to remind you what happened in 2019. It was Kawhi's breakthrough in Toronto. Won a ring. And in the conference finals against those Raptors, the Bucks lost 4 straight games. They won the first 2, and then they lost 4 straight. And in those 4 losses, Giannis made only 44% of his shots after he had been the MVP, making 58% during the regular season. In those 4 losses, Giannis shot 47% from the free throw line after, during the regular season when he was the MVP, he shot 73%. They build a wall. He doesn't have a mid-range game. He flames out. He's not that guy. He's not alpha. He's not takeover. He has superstar ability without superstar intangibles. So I think this is going to go from bad to worse. And I think Phoenix can play better because Phoenix can shoot better from 3 than they did last night. And if they start making more threes, especially Devin Booker, which he will, then all of a sudden this is going to get worse and worse.
I didn't like the way they started. I don't like the matchup of taking Holiday and putting him on Book. Take Holiday and put him on Chris Paul. Take Middleton and put him on Book. Because I don't like Tucker's a good defender, but he needs a big body to bang on, not a little quick, fast twitch. Now, it's not like CP3 has the fastest twitch at his age, but I'm saying he's quicker than Tuck, and he's able to get whatever shot that he wants. That's not the matchup. That's not how I would have done it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that they're going to make. Are you going to start that again? Are you going to start Tuck out on CP3 and you're going to let Holiday take Book? I was flipping around. I would put Holiday on CP3. I would take Middleton and guard Devin Booker. I understand, Skip, you don't want to fatigue him, but you can't let CP3 get going. Because once he gets going, he turned out in the closeout Chris in game 1.
You think they're going to shut him down in game 2? I don't.
Well, you got to do something, Skip. You can't give him. You gave him a steady diet of one thing, and that was his favorite dish. So you let him get to the pick and roll. You let him get to his right hand. He elevated. No, take something away.
With Giannis back on defense, I saw lifeless. I saw low energy. I saw no desperation that I saw in games 5 and 6 against the Hawks. And I know Trey didn't play in 5, but he did play in 6.
Right.
And they played their tails off on perimeter defense, on all of them, on Herter and anybody, Cam Reddish, whoever else was in the game. They played first-team all-defense kind of defense.
But a lot of those guys, Bogdanovich really wants to shoot the 3. Herter wants to hang out. Devin Booker is trying to get to the paint. He's trying to get to the mid-range, and he's putting pressure. Last night, he's like, oh, I ain't shooting no mid. I'm going to the bucket. Foul, foul, foul. So, and like you said, he didn't shoot the ball well. He was 8 of 21, but he's 10 of 10 from the free throw line. That you can live with that. So and you talked about Toronto built the wall, but the Suns are really not building the wall for Giannis. They're telling Ayton to take him straight up because they're about the same size. Now Ayton's a little bigger man, obviously, but he's like, look, and if I'm Ayton, if I'm Monty Williams telling how they used to use LeBron, stop it! Why you hugging up? Because all you're going to try to do is try to head fake you and get to the rim and dunk it. But I feel good about my pick, my selection.
Which is 6?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to have to get the Bucks a couple of wins.
Yeah, Bucks, I'm going to be shocked if the Bucks don't win 2 games at home.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think games 3 and 4?
They're going to get 1, and then they probably steal 1 and then the Suns close them out.
Really? Yeah. Steal 1 in Phoenix, you mean?
They'll steal 1 in Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah,
so
game 5.
So you're going to say they fall behind 3-1 then?
Probably so, yeah. I feel comfortable.
Fall behind 3-1 and then win game 5? Okay, if that happens, how many cases can we bet right now?
No, you ain't going to get none. Skip.
How many cases on a potential game 5 closeout in Phoenix, I'll take the Suns straight up.
Skip, I gave you points. You've never given me points on the bed. I give you points all the time. I gave you 6.
They're prohibitive favorites.
There wasn't no prohibitive favorites.
Yes, they were.
It was a coin flip.
A coin? What are you talking about? Everybody's picking the Suns. Yeah.
Vegas said it's the slight. Say the Suns are slight favorites.
No, they're solid favorites.
No, they're not solid.
Well, they are now.
They won game 1.
Yeah.
They wasn't going into the series.
Yeah. Well, so you're going to give me the Suns in game 2 then?
No, I'm not giving you the Suns. I got
Okay, well, I just want to know. I want to make sure what your pick is.
My pick is the Suns.
I'm going sweep. This is going
to sweep.
They're going to get steamrolled. It's going to get worse and worse.
No, they're not sweeping, Skip.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're going sweep.
You want 2 cases on the sweep? They don't get swept?
Nope. I'm not betting on anything anymore involving Giannis.
Nothing? Can't count on him. Can't count on him.
He's the biggest jinx of all.
You know how to say, no, your pick. You tried to backdoor. Oh, this is my pick. No, your picks are terrible.
Shannon gloats over there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
35 cases.
Game 2 of the finals. Guys, we're moving on. It's featured on the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app. Download the app, answer